Hi everyone, Kevin Eikov here. Today I'm going to talk to you about a sannyasi and a householder, and what a sannyasi and what a householder is. And so I've done a spiritual practice for close to 50 years anyway. And in that time, I've always been a householder. A householder is someone who lives a very strong, devoted spiritual life, but they are a family member. They're a husband or a wife, and they have children. They live in society. They go to work. They have jobs. They do everything that every other family is doing in the world. They may take the train or ride the car to work. They have jobs just like everybody else. They raise their children and send them to school. And they do all these kinds of things, but yet they still hold some level of a strong spiritual life. They do spiritual practices. They do spiritual embellishments. They teach their children how to live and grow in compassion, kindness, understanding, and how to help others in the world. And they try to live the best life they possibly can. And then as the children are grown and raised, the couple, the father, the mother, they start to work much more deeper on their spiritual development and enhancement. And usually one spouse will help the other spouse enhance and develop further. And then once that spouse develops, he helps the other spouse. We help each other in this world. That's the way the world was meant to be. It was meant to be that humanity helps humanity realize the supreme. And so, in doing so, you live a happy, healthy life as a householder. And you can enhance and develop your practice just as strongly, just as effectively as a sannyasi. A sannyasi, on the other hand, is a monk. He has taken vows of celibacy, possibly vows of having no financial means and not really taking money, and basically serving and working for the Lord directly, but not through sexual or through financial means. He is cared for either by a society of monks, a guru, a group of gurus, or other things like that. So a sannyasi takes specific vows of monkhood and works his way toward that same divine, supreme realization. Still needs to work on compassion, kindness, understanding, and all of these things, and pass his teachings on to those less fortunate who need help in their spiritual lives. And so they're working constantly on it all the time. Oftentimes they will be secluded in different types of settings. They tend not to hang out directly with society and people. They work strictly on themselves and embellishing their life as far as a spiritual life, and help each other as monks to move to the supreme. Once they reach that, then they try to help others. But what I've found in this whole thing with sannyasis, monks, and householders, it's nice to go off and do a couple weeks of something as a householder and do some spiritual work and practice. And I have to say, I probably went away at least once a week every year for some type of spiritual development or enhancement, and tuck that into my vacation schedules, which isn't very easy for a householder. But I would do it. I've done all kinds of practices throughout the years, everything from Buddhist to Taoism to Hinduism, and I've developed and brought out each one of these spiritual little pieces and gems that I like to use to help enhance my development, as I have no real religion. The only religion I really have is the religion of love of God, love of humanity, and see God's creation in everything that I look at and everywhere I turn, for that is where it all is all the time. And so what I'm trying to say here is, it's just as good to be a householder, develop a strong, good spiritual practice, as it is to be a sannyasi. And I've met many sannyasis and monks that struggled greatly with their practice, and I can't say that they developed any faster, any better, and they certainly, a lot of them, didn't develop any compassion, understanding, or love for their fellow man. And I hate to say that, but I've seen that more often than not. And I've seen many, many poor families who had nothing give everything to help others. This is compassion. This is love of your fellow man. These are the things you need to develop, sannyasi or householder. And so anyway, hopefully this explains a little bit of what that is, what a householder is, what a sannyasi or monk is, and you have just as equal a chance to reach the divine as a householder as you do as a sannyasi. And I'm here to say that to you, that it's possible, quite possible. I wish you well. I wish you health, healing, awareness, compassion, understanding. Live a good life, raise great children, enjoy. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan. May we all see the light within each other and help each other.